name's Kelly Briley and I'm from Robert Scott & Sons. I'm here today to talk to you about the new microfibre cleaning trolley that hopefully you'll be using here very soon. Just to say, I don't work for MediRest and I don't work here at the hospital. I do work for Robert Scott's though, and we're going to provide you with the trolley, the cloths and all the mops that we will be familiar with after this presentation. Okay, the first thing I wanted to do today was just tell you a little bit about microfibre, how it works and why it works. The first thing with microfibre, and the thing you've got to understand, is how fine the microfibres are. If you were to pull a hair from your head and look at the hair, I think we'd all agree they are quite fine. The fibres in our microfibre are 100 times finer than a hair in your head. That's the reason why microfibre can get underneath the bugs, lift them and remove them. Traditional cleaning is very different to microfibre cleaning. With traditional cleaning, we ask you to kill on contact. So we make up our chemical and water and we kill the bugs there on contact. Microfibre cleaning is very, very different. We no longer have lots of water, we don't have lots of heavy chemicals. What we do have is a lift and remove process. At which point we are now going to rely on the temperature of the laundry and the chemicals in the laundry to decontaminate our mops and cloths. The key to microfibre cleaning has got to be preparation. We need to ensure that all our products are on our trolley before we set off. You must have everything on your trolley before you go. If I can just take you around the trolley just to show you all the equipment you need. Every trolley must have 2 mop preparation buckets. Don't worry about the colours just now, we'll make sure the colours suit your area. You also need 2 cloth preparation buckets. Every trolley should have a baggy sweeping system, an extendable pole and holder, a high level tool with 2 sleeves. We also give you a lockable container. I'll talk to you a little bit more about that afterwards. One of the most important features on the trolley is the preparation jug. This is really important for 2 reasons. We need to know how much solution to pour over our mops and cloths. If you don't have any of this equipment that's on your trolley, you must escalate it to a supervisor. Microfibre cleaning is like a jigsaw. If you haven't got all the pieces, it's just not going to work properly for you. Okay, the first thing you need to do before you set off is you need to prepare your mops and cloths. All colours can be prepared at the same time. Clean products never go back to a dirty bucket, so we can put all our colours together. The first thing you need to do, you need to fold your cloths into 4. Some people think this is us being picky. It really isn't. Microfibre has to be used flat. You'll notice everything on our system is flat. If we use our cloths like this, they're just not going to work properly. What we need you to do is fold them into 4. Once you've folded them all into 4, you can pile them up and we need to just stand them up like soldiers in your bucket. Again, 2 reasons. This is to encourage us to use them flat, and secondly for when we're dosing. Now I know in here today that I've got 10 cloths. So all I need to do is take my chosen solution. Somebody will come and talk to you about chemicals at a later date. And all I need to do is fill it up to 10 cloths. Don't worry about dosing, we've actually put the words on there for you. Please trust us when it comes to this. You're not the first hospital we've dealt with. We've done a lot of research in how much solution to pour over. It's really important that you stick to those guidelines. Once you've filled it to 10, all you do is simply give each cloth an even application. Once you've done that, the lid goes on and they're already prepped. Okay, the next job is mop preparation. So at the front here, you've got your mop container. Again, all the mops can be mixed. So whether you've got long pile, scrub mop, short pile, it really doesn't matter. We're going to prepare them all in the same way. What we want you to do is stand all your required mops up in here. When you're ready, again, your chosen solution, take it to the other side of the jug and it'll let you know how many you need for what's in there. So I know in here today I've got 15 mops, so I'm going to fill it up to 15 mops. Again, it's just like the cloths. We're just going to take an even doses of solution. But the most important thing is that we put the lid back on. As you can see from this lid, it has an pneumatic seal across the top of it. This makes sure that our mops are left wet all day long. If we leave the lid off while we're walking around, these mops are going to dry up really quickly. So please make sure the lid's kept on. Okay, so now all our mops and cloths are prepped and we're ready to go. You do really only need to give them 5 minutes, so by the time you've pre-soaked and gone to your chosen area, they should be ready to use. But the first job is high-level cleaning. This is your new high-level cleaning tool. Now this is the only product on here that we would recommend leaving dry. High level's not high risk. People tend not to touch it with their hands and their feet. So really we are just dusting. Don't worry, this is not rigid. It can bend into place, so it's perfect for all the overhead curtain rails and anything high up that you do need to reach. If you are a little bit short like me, we have given you an extension handle. All you need to do is put your feet on either side, pull slightly, and this now becomes an extension for your high reach. So there's no excuse for not getting up into the vents and to the backs of the cupboards. So now we've done our high level cleaning, it's down to wiping. Now I don't need to tell any of you guys how to use a cloth, but again, just to repeat, it's really important that we use our cloths flat. If we use them like this, there's only this part of the microfibre that's working. Remember, we've got to think about lift and remove. So it's really important that we're folded into 4 and we're using flat. Now I've got quite small hands, so sometimes I find it easier to fold it again. That's absolutely fine as long as we keep it flat. The other rule is 1 cloth per bed space. So we've got 1 cloth with 8 clean sides. So we take a cloth that's already prepared, we're going to clean our patient bed, we're then going to rotate the cloth and we're going to clean the cupboard. Then we're going to turn it again and we're going to clean the chair. So what you're giving each surface that you clean is an infection control clean. We're not cross-contaminating from the bed to the table to the chair. Once we've wiped and we've gone to a different bed space, this cloth is then taken to the back and put into your blue wash net. All mops and cloths have to be washed separately, so all cloths are going to go into blue. Okay, so we've wiped all our surfaces, now we're going to move on to mopping. This is the bit that's very, very different to what you're probably used to. The first thing that's changed is we're not going to give you a dustpan and brush. With microfibre, there's no need to pre-sweep or hoover first. Because this is damp cleaning, we don't have to go around with a hoover. So we've given you a baggy sweeping set. I'm just going to quickly show you how to apply the bag. Okay, all you need to do is release the clip, push that down. That's to remove the bag. To put the bag on, it's just the bag over, pull it up and press the clip. Don't worry if the bag's bigger, just raise it up higher and then press the clip. We just need to make sure that the bag's taut over the mouth of the baggie. Now the baggie really is just for picking up the big bits. It's not for removing hair and dust from the floor. It shouldn't be used like this. It's just for going around and picking up the cotton wool, the crisp bags, anything that's been left on the floor before you start to mop. So all you need to do is just go around and just very quickly pick up all the big bits. What we don't want to hear, guys, is this. These are only soft plastic, they will break quite quickly. So just use it quite softly and in it goes. Okay, so if you can pretend now that our floor is clear of all our crisp bags and cotton wool, we're going to move to mopping. Again, this is the bit that's very different from what you probably know before. The first thing that we need to do, we need to protect your shoulders and your back. So we don't give you a handle that's one size fits all. I think if we stood up, we'd all be very different heights. So the first thing we need to do is we need to make sure our handle's working for us at our height. Bics say that we should be having our handle at chin height. I like to say between the chin and the eye is perfect. If you spin the handle, it will move up and down. All you need to do is get it to around about your lips, and that's a perfect height. Twist it back and it's going to lock into place. One of the most important things about microfibre cleaning, microfibre works like static. When we create our microfibres, we naturally generate a static. So if we press down on these mops, it's going to be really hard on our shoulders and our back. So please don't bend over. Where possible, stand up with the mops and let's hover them. There's enough weight in the handle and holder to press down on the mop, which means that you don't have to. Okay, so now we're going to take a mop for our chosen area. Remember, these mops are already pre-soaked. We've already got chemical and water on them. All we need to do is put the mop down. We're just going to lightly tap on the round clip over the mop, push down and wait to hear for it to click. Once it's clicked, we're ready to go. Now these mops are flat, which means they can be kicked back and they can be used on skirting boards, as well as sweeping and mopping. One of the most important things with microfibre cleaning, as you all know, is you've got to use side to side or figure of 8 mopping. That's encouraged by the ergo ball that's on the top of here. We understand that you do need to get down, maybe to get under the bed, so you do need to get around the back of the chairs, but it's really important that you side to side mop. Just for now, can we all pretend that these bits of paper on the floor are our bugs? What we have to do, we have to lift and remove. So we have to make sure that we're collecting all our bugs as we go. And if I was to use this like a traditional mop and I was to go forwards and backwards, what's happened to our bugs? They're all still there. So we need to use the side-to-side process when we're cleaning to make sure we gather everything up. Now, just like the cloth, there is procedure. We would like you to use one mop head every second bed space. So if we have a 4-bedded bay, we're going to use 2 mops. If we have a 10-bedded bay, we're going to use 5 mops. It's really important that we don't try and make the mops last too long. The other trigger point for us would be a door. So if we are in a single room, as soon as we hit a door, we do have to change our mop head. All colour coding stays the same. We have blue in general areas, red in the bathrooms, green in the kitchens, and yellow for isolation. But we should never cross a barrier with a mop head still on. Once we've cleaned our room and we're ready to take our mop head off, again, you simply press the clip and lift the mop up. We've given you this so it will hold onto the mop. At no point would we expect you to touch a mop when it's dirty, so the clip does keep hold of it. At this point, we then ask you to take it around to the back where your laundry is, and the mop's going to go into the red. So all you do is hang it over, press the clip, and in it goes. Next room, next cloth, next mop. It's as simple as that. Okay, so we've come to the end of our day. We've done our high level, we've done our wiping, we've done our mopping. We're ready to go. Let's use the example of today I couldn't get on 2 rooms. There was 2 rooms I just couldn't clean today. So I've got excess cloths and mops left on my trolley, but I've already pre-soaked them. It's really important that even if you haven't used those cloths and mops, they've still got to go to the laundry. Microfibre products are not antibacterial, so after 8 hours they will start to grow bacteria on them. It's also really important for stock control. If I'm working on this ward and I'm using these cloths and mops, I need to make sure that they get washed, tumble dried, so they're ready for me when I come back in tomorrow. We can't leave any for the next shift. At the end of every shift, we need to make sure that all mops have gone into the red and all cloths have gone into the blue nets. The nets are then removed, washed, tumble dried and ready for the next day. Okay, so just to go through a few of the features that we have on our trolley. We discussed earlier the lockable container. It's really important during the day you will be carrying toilet cleaner around with you, and there will be other things that we don't want patrons and visitors to touch. So when we are going into bathroom areas or leaving our trolley unattended, we need to use the lockable container. The key has its own little house, so we can keep it up here. Take the key from here, in, twist it, and the cupboard opens. Inside here we've got a shelf, we've got drawers. You can fashion this however you like, but it's great for keeping all your toilet rolls, towels, anything you need to carry around with you during the day. But as I said, the most important thing is, when we're not using the trolley, remove the key and put it in its little house. The next thing we put on here for you is the carry case. We don't want you to carry around anything on your person, so any pens, tie tags, green pad, anything you might need can be kept in here. We can keep all we need in here. We also give you this tray, so any toilet schedules, any paperwork you need to carry around can be kept flat in here and used as you go around during your day. These also have a little lock on, just to make sure they're secure. We also appreciate that not everybody has got a huge cleaning cupboard, so this trolley will actually fold down. So once you've removed everything, I'm just going to show you how to make it smaller. We're just going to go around here, release the arms, fold it back and lock it into place. The next part is the bag support. Simply unclick it and lock it in. The final part is to remove the mop containers. We just pull up, place these on top. You've now got a trolley that's 80 centimetres in footprint. This should fit in any cleaning cupboard. That's it from me. Thanks very much for listening. And remember, do speak to your supervisor if you've got any problems.